Ooh, listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart, makes me be a part of you. Ooh, listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart, makes me be a part of you. Ooh, listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart, makes me be a part of you. Ooh, listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart, makes me be a part of you. Ooh, listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart,
Morning.
makes me be a part of you.
Let's talk about high. Let's talk about highs. Do you know what high is? HAI. Hospital acquired infection. Hospital induced. What? I don't know what it. Something. It's HAI, isn't it? It's hospital acquired infection, like staph infection. Anybody know about this? It's weird. It's called staph. Staphylococcus. Okay, I mean, you know how I do. I got out of bed and, this is what I look like. I haven't even cleaned up yet. And I haven't even done my morning rituals, which I don't really have. I mean, I could teach you. Some people need them. My ritual is just to get up and, I don't know, be like water, I guess, be like air, be part of the day. Let's talk about a few things. I couldn't title it exactly what I wanted, but I think that covered a bunch of things. I'll start with my standard type rant into things, and we'll talk about tribal things. Talk about I don't know. I feel like I want to put a hat on right now. Everybody else feel that way? You just want to wear a hat? I might have to change my gear. Do it mid stride, right in the middle of the show. Just change clothes. Is that change clothes and let's go? Change clothes. So in a tribal situation, got witch doctors, tribal doctors, that know what's going on with plant life and medicine and the health of the human body and all this. You got that in the tribe, and you have also the tribal leaders and how do they get their position of power, and how do they have and why do they have a staff? It's a staff. Well, if you take this back into the day, the staff was the meaning of the staff was not symbolic. Well, in the beginning, it was a symbolic staff. It would have different totems on it, like a totem pole. The staff would be much the same. They would have something on top of it. It'd be symbolizing power. Then we came to the point where kings, you'd call them technological kings, they would have staffs made of certain materials that they were literally using as generators of power. They could use their staff to throw electricity out of plasma of. Yeah. So it went from symbolic to that to now somebody that owns a business. What do they have? They have a bunch of humans that are staff. Staffs. So you go and you run a business. You have a manager. You have your staff. This is not just a coincidence. This is how it works. So it's much the same. So it went from a symbolic form of gesture, and then it went to musicians. Isn't it great? I wish I was gonna make the picture smaller so you could see the whole thing, because some people are probably like, who the fuck is that? It's pretty fucking awesome. I know. I was gonna put the whole picture on there, but I thought the too much white on the screen. I just wanted to, just right up in there. It's pretty epic. Okay, let's get to this staff thing, and then we'll get to the hospital acquired infection, and we'll get to all the other words that I was using there: circus, and insane asylum, and sanatoriums. What sanity is, what sterility is, and all of these things. So it's all clued into this larger construct of language and reality. Okay, so tribes, whenever you'd see a chief of a tribe, most of them, they're not bred to be that. It's not like it's whoever just grows up to have the most knowledge, who has the most skills. That's who they all unanimously go, you should lead this whole thing. Usually they're like, really? I don't really. No, it's I don't want that respect. And they're like, no, literally, you're way smarter than all of us. You should do that. And then what we have now is we have chiefs of staff. We have chiefs in all sorts of businesses. They don't get there because they're smarter. They don't get there because they're better. They don't get there for any other reason than fiat energy. They give fake energy. They have because they got it on credit, on loan. They got a business loan. They got, they just titled themselves that. You run a business, you're like, pick this guy. Like one person picks who they'd like to hire. They have no idea who really should be in that position. Sometimes, if you look at the Mayans, it was done astrologically. If you look at other places, they do it because it's obvious to everyone in the group. Like if you were running a business, okay, got 100 people, you should have everybody in that business know each other and have everyone go, that actually, you know what, the janitor might actually be a better middle manager. And the manager is such an idiot, he should be cleaning everything up. That's how the business should work. Now, should everybody be paid different? Maybe it may slightly, but I don't think to the degree people are. I think, I mean, obviously get rid of the idea of money to begin with anyways. But the chiefs, they get selected by the tribe and completely. So, and it's not like they don't have like every 4 years. Which one of these two? Which do you want the douche or the shit sandwich? Which one do you want? I'm like, I want either. Let's go ahead and can we? I think we need new blood in the Chiefs. Just not, Chief, you're not getting it done. Chief will go, bow out gracefully. Hey, you guys pick, because he'll be like, you guys picked me in here. I didn't really want to be here anyway, so pick the next one. Cool. I didn't want to do this anyways. And they'll find the right chief. We don't have that. That's not how that works now. Everything is commander in chief. Like what? Of who? Of what? Not of me. I didn't pick you. You're not part of my tribe. You run your business. That's cool. Have fun with your business. That sits above the land. You can do that all you want. But no, you're not part of my team. You're not part of my clan. You're not part of my tribe. No, I don't mind what you're doing. Just don't try to enslave and enforce people that don't want to be part of your business to be part of your business, because it just makes no sense. I don't want to participate in stupid shit you do. I don't vote for all of your insanities. No. Why would you ever vote for anyone ever? No. Yeah, it just seems ridiculous. But hey, it's how it is. It's how it sits. So now this staff that people have in business, and the staff that they hold, I have here. This is my this is a Bill Burr talking about. This is my rider, a broken mic stand. A joke that it's my rider for the tour. Broken mic stand. Symbolically, where these tribes had staff, they would have a staff, and now we have actual people they have spines that is just like a staff. They're an electromagnetic energy device. So it went from some symbols on a carved piece of wood to an actual electrical current generating plasma device to humans that are electroplasmic beings that actually can function more than just a staff could throw energy out. Crazy, right? But there's what's called staph infections. It's no wonder that staph, whatever the hell that, how you say the whole Latin name in hospital, these hospital-induced infections, because they come because of sterility, because everybody wants to sterilize everything. Sterilization, because they want things to be so completely clean. They want them to be clean. But when there's no bacteria, there's no balance to what your body's doing. So your body will actually, it's getting rid of everything, good bacteria and bad bacteria. So if any bad bacteria comes through, it's like, wow, fucking overrun this bitch. And people get sick all the time. There is almost 100,000 deaths every year because of HAIs. Look it up. HAIs, hospital-acquired infections. 100,000 a year in the United States. And that's not, I'm not even going to get into the most lucrative in the sense of if you understood what these hospitals are doing. Let's not use the word lucrative. Let's see. The amount of doctor-induced death. Go look up that word, doctor-induced death. It's like when a doctor's error causes people to die. You should look at that number. I think it's more than heart disease, more than cancer. I don't know if it's more than. See, the funny thing is, cancer doesn't kill anybody. It's the treatments thereof cancer. Cancer rarely kills people. Rarely. That's a fact. The cancer itself, just like, oh, they died because of, no, not because of. That was just one of the things that was a contributing factor to every other aspect of their unhealth. And so we start to sterilize things, right? That is pasteurization, taking sheep out to the pasture to slaughter them, to kill them. And so as we've pasteurized things, which means heat something up to kill off all the bacteria, we've actually killed the food itself and made it non-nutritious and non-healthy. In hospitals, we go in there and we sterilize everything. I'm not saying we should have dirty equipment if we're doing a surgery or something. I'm not suggesting this, but the amount of overabundant toxic chemicals in there, it's not even that it's sterile. It's actually turned all of what we consider just natural environment. I understand cleaning something, but the products they use in which to clean everything are all chemicals, and they're chemically burning things, and they're changing the environment, the ions in the air, the chemicals that are the smells in the hospital. The smell is the number one thing that's killing people. The lack of oxygen. There's no windows open. There's no fresh air. People are getting sick in there for 1 billion different reasons. Hospital acquired diseases, infections. So the staph infection is literally their staff being infected with the idiocy, you know. It's like if you had sigils, if you had symbols, if you had an owl on here, if you had a snake on here, and you had a lion, they would be getting infections. If you really didn't know what they were and what they symbolized, you wouldn't be able to hold the staff, and if you did, you wouldn't know what to do with the lion. And you'd be like, feed the lion some quinoa. Lions don't eat quinoa, but you thought you knew something. You'd killed the symbology of what the lion is. You wouldn't know how to treat that. And so if you don't know how to treat something, and the treatment is always what you find in hospitals. So what's going to happen? Their staff is going to get infected. So people in hospitals, workers, employees, and everybody else get infected with the staff. Whoa, crazy. And in businesses, same thing happens. People get infected with the idiocy of the top-down theories of how a business should be run. But it could be easier. You know how to run a business? I'll tell you how to run a business. Go look at build a business. Make your building 33 stories high. Yes, of course it has to be 33. It has to do with the vertebrae in your spine. Yep. The 32 and then the top floor. Yep. And then go ahead and every floor, design it the way the human body is setting. And then go, when you hire people, go look at their astrology chart. Yeah. You probably only need 4 of the astrology signs to really. You need their sun, their moon, their rising, and probably Mars might help from Mercury. But you find really you only need you need to know how they're going to be acting around people. What is that? Their rising sign, how they present themselves to people, but you need to know what their strength is. You need what they are, like how they present themselves to others. You got these things. You'll understand where people belong in the building. Should they be up here in the upper house, in the temple, from chin to here? There you go. There's the upper echelon of the house, of the temple. Who makes up the body of the temple from here down to your navel? What kind of people would go there? It's already the map is already done. But people they're putting people that are they should be the legs of the organization, the strength and the groundedness. They put them on the top floor and wondering why shit's not working. Put people in the wrong places. People that don't interact well. They don't know how to. It's already written down in astrology. Oh, but then they're gonna make it. We can do better astrology. let's do Myers-Briggs tests. We'll figure it out that way. Yeah, the Myers-Briggs test is basically a watered down version of astrology. You could look at somebody's astrology chart and tell them exactly what they will be on a Myers-Briggs test. Guarantee that shit. People have completely. Oh man, these little guys. I got these little. Hold on. You know what, guys? These little sugar ants. Man, these little guys came. They come in my window. I don't know. I think it's because I'm so sweet. So sweet. Put it on the. I did get some paper towels yesterday, so I'm gonna go destroy them. It'll destroy them, and I'll say hello in 1 second, y'all, because they're on my IP. I don't like it. Get out of here. Oh, how did you all get there? What are you guys doing? I'm killing all of you right now. Sorry, but how did you get on here? What are you doing? Holy shit. I should probably just start an alien ant farm. Anybody remember that band, Alien Ant Farm? Well, here's what we'll do in a little bit. I will open up my room to everybody on Zoom. We'll have a Zoom chat because you know what? I fucking like Zoom chats. I think they're a lot of fun. Really get to know you guys. Okay, I'll be with you momentarily. All right. That was the weirdest thing. I was certain that I turned my light off and then I didn't turn it off. Okay, we're back. So these staff infections. What else did I say? Sterility. And what's the other word I want to get into here? Well, I was going to get into the word Bolsheviks, but I think I'll save that for another show. Let me see who's in here, and you guys can remind me of the title again because it was 60 letters long. It's really weird sometimes when I'm making a title, when a bunch of words will come into my head. This is how crazy fantastic my brain is. A bunch of words will come to my head that I have bigger ideas about, and it just collapse down to words. And I'll think of a bunch of words, and when I write them out, it's exactly 60 words, or it's 60 letters. Excuse me. It's so weird. Really strange thing that happens. I think I might be a computer. Musicians, what's up? Yeah. Tribe of one. I know. Let's see. I have to work with. Speaking of anybody that would like to donate to this guy right here. To this guy thing, because this was part of my tripod, and now I have a bipod. It's not as stable as a tripod. Imagine that. But because it is flexible, I can turn the two things into like this, and it still works, ish. But this is the third tripod I've had, and they always break right there. So if anybody was going to donate one to me, what I can probably do is I can give you guys a wish list on my Amazon. You can buy me Christmas gifts, but Christmas. I don't believe in that. Every day is Christmas. Or you can just donate to me and make it easy, and I'll get one myself. You know how to do it, Denise. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ben. Hey Ben, we'll save that because I've covered that subject so many times, and it's because it can go either way. It takes a little more, more talking points, and I don't feel like getting into that right here. So if you want to do that on Zoom, or when I see you later, or whatever, maybe later today, next time you're on there, ask me about it. But just know I'm very much I'm not on the fence about it. It's just you got to know when, where, why, and how you're doing it, and what is the purpose of it. And there's a lot of other things that go along with it, because I know people that have done it. I'll just give you this much, and they have wet dreams. Like, then what's the purpose of it? Because you obviously, your body is telling you something. It's smarter than you. Yeah, it's good to a point, and then it's also it's a mental thing. It's a physical thing. Well, it's a spiritual thing. It does garner you power, but there's only so much gas you can put into a system before it overfloweth. It becomes pointless. There's only so much pressure you can put inside. You can put pressure inside of a balloon. You keep putting more pressure in there, the balloon will pop. Coffee, yo. Too much sugar. Okay. Back again. Put a little too much sugar in there, so I had to add a little more coffee. Okay. Oh yeah, Glitter Kid. I'd really like somebody that, because there's a lot of people in here, Glitter Kid, that read astrology charts way better than me. That I would like somebody like that to tell me how funny it is, because I get it a little bit. I mean, like I said, I teach all about astrology, like my earlier videos, and I have a good overview of the entire thing. But when it comes to looking directly at a Mars conjunction with Venus and a triangulation with a triune with say Mercury or whatever, and it being in the third house versus, I don't know it like that. I know it has value, and I know how some of it works together and how you should look at it, but I can't decode it that well. I look at it and go, okay, I get pieces of it. Oh, that one is over there. Okay, I see that. But all the complexities of it, I don't get it. I don't know it that well. Just because there's so many things that I study, I just never did a deep dive into that specifically, which I'll have to do pretty soon here, because I don't know. It just seems like it ties so many other things together. So where was I? So yeah, title screen was Gotti. You didn't want to believe that sports were rigged. You know what? I had never come across the idea ever, so I never considered it. I just figured, oh, it's a sport. And then when somebody's like, okay, you know how gambling works, right? And you know how businesses work, right? And it's profiting, right? And yeah, you know how yeah, you ever seen those movies with the mafia, right? Yeah, okay, that's gambling. Okay, yeah, okay, they run things. Yeah, okay. Okay, so okay. So some of them, they're actors, and some of them are in on it. Are all of them in on it? That's still the question that I don't know today. I could not tell you that every single player is in on it. I couldn't tell you that. It does appear more and more that you look at it that every single one of them is part of the Freemasonic thing, and they all have oaths to, okay, here's the first thing, here's your Here's your codes, your creeds, your bylaws, your okay. Now here you go. Do you want to be in the NBA? Oh yes. Okay, it's gonna be great, but the NBA is not exactly what you think, and you have to before we discuss this further, you have to discuss this non-disclosure. Like if we talk about this, you cannot disclose what's going on here. It's this is a business, and this is how we have our business, our trade secrets. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. You can say no afterwards, but I go, okay, here's how the NBA works. Everybody here is in a brotherhood. Everybody here is part of a team. It's one big team, one big organization. It's called the NBA. It's Nibaru. It's part of the Nibarus. And if you're going to be part of it, you have to go along with everything we do. This is a staged event. This is an act. This is no different than going to a circus. And that was the title of the video. So good. It's a circus show. Everybody here is highly trained. You guys are already highly trained athletes, very intelligent, your kinesiological aptitude is off the charts. You're mentally prepped for this. You have your physicality. Everything you do fit right in line with what this organization is trying to be about. And for the people that don't understand what I'm saying here, let me give you a side note. If you were to go to watch the Cirque du Soleil, the Circus of the Sun, you ever watch that? You ever watch any circus? You ever watch anything that there's a certain degree of, if you fail at this is no good. If somebody's walking a tightrope and doing all the flips and do, and if they fall, there's no net there, and they hit the ground, they die, or at least get fucked the fuck up. You know how good they are? Do you know how good they are? Because what they do is they've been practicing that movement and that thing for daily for years. And there's a lot of things they do. There's like their body has to be in top shape in every way. To play in the NBA or the NFL, you don't do much. It's a specific task. But yet all day, every day, all you gotta do in football, you know how short, if you watch football and you get rid of all of the commercials and you get rid of all of the counts, 45-second clock, and you're going to run a play for 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 7 seconds more, 3 to 5 seconds every play. That's all. And you got to do that. Most people got to do it 28 times. You can't learn 28 steps, 28 scenes of 3 seconds apiece. Anyone can do that. Anyone. And we need very highly specialized, so specific. Let's go over that again. What are you doing here? Remember that. That's scene 1. Boom. This is what's happening. That's what's happening in every sport. Now back to somebody about to join the league. This is how it works. Remember this. Everything that you think you know, there's going to be times in the game where this is what your job is. We might even change it. There might be some bookies over here. There might be something going on like Vegas, whatever. We didn't get the line completely right. And like, okay, we need the Bulls to beat the Warriors by 3 points, cover the spread, blah blah blah. That's what it's a business. Gambling is a business. And if you're running a business, you want to win. You want to be on the side that gets the more money, the profit, the power. Why would you ever set it up where you would foul or lose? You wouldn't. So it's not about if you, the consumer, likes the Bulls or likes this, you've already played yourself. You played yourself. Why do you like the Bulls rather than the Warriors? Because of Michael Jordan. He's a good guy in the baskets. He throw the ball in there. He good. You dummy. Okay, fine. Like the Bulls. They might win today. They might not. I don't know. I already know. It's my business. Why? I own all of the teams. I like all of the teams. You know, I like more than all the teams. I like all the monies. I like all the power. I like all that. It's great. I don't care what you like. Here, divide yourselves up. Me, personally, just me. I'm going to sit over here. I love basketball. Do I like the NBA for how it's so scripted? Even in that, I like it because those are highly trained professionals. Those are athletes. Those are actor athletes. I don't care. They're fucking talented. I still love basketball, even if it's all scripted. Now, what I like better is if they're all just playing a game. If I just watch it without all of the gambling on it and all of the rigorous basically every single motion and movement and step on there is calculated. Would I like to watch that more? Yes. When you watch people that are like, it's like this, highly trained musicians that are playing something. They're playing and this is what you play, right? Sounds great, so good to listen to. I don't care if they played it a million times, man. I could watch that movie over and over. I could listen to that music. Basketball, we've been watching the same game. They've scripted things, the same play. Hey, remember that play back in '63 with Bob Cousy and yeah, we're gonna run that play. Why do you think these basketball players watch old film? Because we can be running that play right there. That's called this play. Remember that. That's this play. Watch. They did it in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. We just changed the name. We call this is Cousian philosophy. You don't think so? You don't think so? See, I'm allowed to disclose this to anyone because I just know this. No one told me this. I didn't sign anything. Nobody shook my hand, tapped me, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. People already noticed anyways. If you can't notice that at least some of it's scripted, you don't even understand what's going on. It's all scripted. So what do we have? We have, and again, it's great. And if you don't know the script, this is called like remember let's say insider trading. You can't really gamble on it. If you're inside, you can't trade on it because that would just be rude and illegal and illegal against because then somebody's just getting all the money. They know something. Got a little tip for you. Yeah. Boxer guys going down in the fourth, that's okay. Just keep it easy. Don't bet too much. Don't gamble too much. Don't make it obvious that this is, just hedge your little bets over here. So nobody in the population knows. So they're just going, And if they figure the code out, then they could gamble on it. Good for them. Yeah. Yeah. Well, where are you getting your information from? And they're like, I just figured out the code. They go, okay, you figure the code. Come on, just don't overbet on these. Just don't make it too obvious. That's what they do. That's all there is to it. But to think that these people. So again, let me just rephrase this for you. I don't know why I like doing this because I think it's just. It's really the Bill Burr just had me. This is my rider for the whole thing. That's a broken mic stand. I love it. I have a broken tripod. If someone's in the Cirque du Soleil and they fuck up, but in the NBA, like there's little fuck ups that happen in a live play. You've gone to the theater. There's somebody's going to forget their lines and they're going to improvise. Improvisation happens in the NBA and the NFL. It has to. Not everything goes exactly as planned. Not everything goes perfect. It looks no matter what, it looks perfect. It sounds perfect. Okay, so these musicians. Now all these when these basketball players go and play a game that's not gambled on, that's equivalent of musicians going playing live jazz, just off the cuff. Go. Here, you guys never played before? Have at it. You guys are not. Oh, okay, cool. You never played. Okay, let's see what comes out. That's just be fun. This shit is excellent. That's live music. That's live show with nobody knows. That's the fun stuff. But everybody else assumes these games are unscripted. No, it's okay. Movies are still fun. Scripted is still fun. So these people in these games, in these sports, I mean, the thing is, it doesn't. I can't imagine the sports lasting. I don't think it goes past this year. I mean, everybody's already completely dumbfounded by how obviously politically motivated all is. It's all one aspect. You realize sports, where it is now, is an aspect of politics. It always has been, and it's just more noticeable now. They're just out and out with this shit. Motherfuckers are putting stupid shit on the back of their jersey. I mean, look overseas. They got sponsors with different. Hi, ExxonMobil, and we're part of this. And here's on the field. Let's just sponsor this. So people might as well be watching fucking NASCAR. Watch the car go round in a circle. You're gonna go left all day long, but fast. smell noxious gas, go fast, gas and stinky, beer, screaming. Now, don't get me wrong. I love lowbrow shit. I do. I will go to if I lived in Florida, I'd go to fucking NASCAR. Certainly. I like those people. It's my shit right there. For real. I used to do lowbrow shit. Go to monster truck rallies. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, would I want to do that all the time? Oh, no. I'm not trying to inhale all of that noxious fume and be like that ridiculous all the time. But I don't mind it. It's kind of fun. But yeah, it's just like oh yeah, NASCAR. You like here, just like, I mean, this would be really tough. You don't think NASCAR is 100% scripted? We can have all of these cars that somehow go around the track 500 times, and somehow the ending of the race is it's a photo finish. 500 times, nobody could go. That's just how it had. Like, round. Nobody just got way ahead of the race. Like, that's a long time to race. This shit should be falling over here. This should be over here. And then what? And then little bumps and restarts. So everything gets started again. So, it's good. No, they're getting too far away. Put them back together. Yeah, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Why? So you can stare at the number. That guy, he's the best race car driver ever. No, he's not. No. They're the best race car driver ever. You can take left turns. What about the ones that go through the? I used to live in Baltimore, and they had one of the street races there. Well, that was awesome. The Grand Prix, all the different cars, just closed off the streets in the middle of the city. Oh, it was so awesome! Just fucking flying down these streets. Like, yeah, I used to be going down on my bike or whatever. I was like, they're doing like 180 right there. So they're drinking a beer. It's awesome, fun times. But yeah, like NASCAR though. A good race car driver? Oh, stop it. Is it dangerous? Is it crazy? Going 200 miles an hour plus? Yeah. Does it take some skill? Yeah. Would I do it? No. But I mean, all in all, like, okay, you see him go by a couple times. Like, you're gonna watch that for 2.5 hours on TV? It's like motherfucking watching golf. It's like watching watching paint dry. It's like watching flies fuck. It's like watching I'm gonna sit over here and watch this paint. Just make sure it's getting, watching a pot of water boil. Just make sure it's gonna boil. Yeah. So in the NFL and all this shit, they're not risking anything. Everything is reward for them. Just follow I've already written the script. Follow the script, and everybody makes millions of dollars. You're gonna go to different cities every week. We're gonna practice. We're gonna get this thing in order. Here's the play. Okay, we did this play last week. Don't worry, we're gonna run. The playbook isn't that big. It's pretty small. There's not a lot of things these players need to learn, but every day they have mastered that. What did Bruce Lee say? I fear the man that is not practiced a million different kicks, but the one that has practiced one kick a million times. Yeah. Because he's gonna perfected that to like kicking a teacup off your head. You know what I mean? And that's what they've done. There's only so many plays. There's nothing new. There's nothing new in the football game. There's nothing new. There's no new shit that you can do. Hand the ball off or throw it. That's what you got. Nothing fancy about that shit. Football is super easy to rig. Oh man, if you've never even seen plays where they're like, just so dude, how many plays during the year are you just like, that could never happen? When sometimes they drop a ball. No, they drop it on purpose. There's no way at that. If every day of your life you practice catching a football, that's your job, and you're big. You have giant hands. You got stickum on your gloves. You have everything that is. You would never drop the football. Occasionally, like once in a career, maybe. not a couple times during a game. That's what people do, and this is what people do. I could do that. I could have caught that. Yeah, you could have, and he could have too, but they didn't want him to, because if they played it as good as they could, the offense would. Let me explain this. The offense would score every single time on the defense. There would be no play under I don't know 6 yards. Running backs would be all over the place. They would never misfire. They would never throw it the wrong way. There'd never be a missed block. No, the defense couldn't. The score would be 120 to. Ask anyone. Watch the game. It would be 120 to 118. That would be the final score of every football game. You would never not be able to score. Nobody. The defense could not stop an offense. It's not even possible. It's ridiculous. There'd be so many minimal mistakes made that would a sack or an interception, whatever happened. The quarterback would be throwing like 700 yards. Running backs would be running for like 250, 300 a game. Easy. If it was organic. But it's not. They have to trip. They have to miss tackles. They have to, just get rocked. The quarterback's going to, here's the pattern. You're going to run across the middle of the field, and I'm going to throw it to you. Just toss it up there. And the cornerback's going to fucking wreck you. How much am I getting paid this year? You're getting paid. How much am I getting for this? We'll get you a bonus, $500,000. You just got to take one fucking good lick. It's good. The crowd's going to love it. All right. I'll play heel today. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, that was it worth $500,000? Yeah. Oh, shit. No one would ever throw that fucking ball across the middle of the field where your receiver just put him out there on a fucking island to get crushed. You would never do that. You would never run that play. You blame that on? You blame that on the offensive coordinator, the coach. Then no, it was, you don't blame it on them. It was like the offensive coordinator was talking to the defensive coordinator of the team, like, what play we running here? He's like, yep. Then the headphones talking to each other. The other team, they're just, who the fuck do you think they're talking to? We're organizing this play. Okay, the quarterback is now going to which play? We're going to play. Which one are you going to run? Oh, you're going to run a dime? Okay, cool. Let's just run across the middle. We need about 7 yards. Okay, 7-yard play. You think this shit isn't organized? That to that level? You're crazy if you think it's not. Musicians. Only the key players need to be in on it. This is true, but it's so specialized now that it's not just a few. It's most. I would say that I would say about 75 to 80%. The other ones, they're not going to be in on key plays. They're not going to be in the game for certain things. They still are told they're running the script, but to the degree of what purpose do they have? They can't just kind of go, hey, come here, quarterback guy, let's do this. Because yes, I get it. You really only need on each play, but each play you might need a different player to do something. So they all know there's a script being run. But I think it's most of them. Most of them know that. So, regardless of it, what's the book? The World is Flat by Friederland. It's funny enough, before I even considered the world being flat, and he didn't write the book about the world actually being flat or the realm being flat. He wrote it about like economics. It was I think his name Friederland. No, I don't know why I say that. Look up the book, The World is Flat. It's an economic book, and they talk about sumo wrestling and how that was. If you see a wrestler that's 8-7, and one that's 7-8, so they're at their final match, so they can go up a division. The one that is 8-7 will win, and if they could be somebody that's 8-7 versus somebody that's 11-4. Even that the one that's 11-4 should win, but he'll lose on purpose. So this person can go up to another level, right? And because the gambling would say, oh, that guy, of course he's going to beat him. It's all scripted. It's all Yakuza. But yeah, I mean, I hear you on it. It only needs a certain number of players, but they don't even go for real. This is correct, Gotti. They don't go for talent because, like, do you think for any? Okay, let's just be reasonable. Just be a reasonable person. Let's be a rational person. Is there any reason that every single year a team like, I don't know, the Utah Jazz has so many white players starting? There's a reason for that. Do you think Boston has Brian Scalabrine, the Red Mamba, on their team? That dude is not good at basketball. I mean, he'll murder most anybody in you could take D3 players. I mean, he can ball, but like, could he really, really, really play? Is he fast enough? Is he, anything to play? Is he really good enough? If you said, let's get all the best players in the NBA, the best players in the world are not in the NBA. I know people that should be, that could be. I know people that played Division I, college basketball. I know people that played in the D League, the G League. I know how good they are. They're better than some people in the league. But they don't need people. They need the marketability, and they need people that are going to follow the rules. Here's what we're doing. You can sit on the bench all day here. I'm gonna give you $1 million to sit on the bench. Cool. Because you're to help them learn the position, the roles, all this shit. Where do you think they come from? Who do you think Popovich is? Where do you think he came from? I mean, a coach is something, but we call it a handler too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a master, a handler. There's nothing wrong with that if you know that that's what's happening. If you know that, like, I'm learning something. Like the idea of indentured servants. There wasn't a lot of slaves going on in the world back in the day. There was a lot of people that said they looked for the best, the master, and said, will you take me as a student? Show me. I want money. I want power. I want this. I want to know your technique. I want to know your style. I want to know what you're doing. And then the teacher would go, I have this many seats in my class. Why do you want to be here? Are you really want to be here? Do you really want this? Yes. Come back and see me in a year. Mm-hmm. And I think most of them, they've taken it on as that's what they want. This is what they desire, and this is what they must do to go through it. This is their here's to learning. And don't worry, you'll move up. You'll go up in ranks eventually. Become a coach. Become a whatever. But some people like that. Some people want to be in the martial arts, learn all of the techniques. I mean, even think about it. Even in the philosophy of Zen Buddhism, Alan Watts talks about this all the time. There's many different kinds of styles of teaching the arts, of the mindset, of philosophies. Some teachers are very demonstrative, demanding. They're very much even off-putting to people. Some are like Eckhart Tolle. He's I'm going to talk in this pattern. It's a way that I can, my voice is just going to put you right to sleep. And you don't think he's putting a spell on people? But it's a teacher. He's a teacher nonetheless. And some people take him on as a teacher. Others are like smiling all day. Hi, welcome. This is what we must do to cultivate energy, flow state. And all. It's another way to do it. Other teachers are like, you want to learn to be like this? And they grab their stick. Whoosh, they'll let you know. You're not sitting right. I thought you wanted to understand this. What are you willing to, some teachers do that. It's all the same place. Many different Zen teachers. Yeah. But then they go, oh, well, that's not what Zen is. I've had people tell me that's not what Zen's like. I was like, well, then obviously you don't know what Zen is then. How could you? They never studied Zen, either Zen or the art of Zen or what that practice is. Because if they know, then it's much like the Tao. The Tao Te Ching, the Book of Changes, the Tao. There's nothing. You don't understand the Tao unless you realize that there's nothing that is not the Tao. There's nothing that's not the Zen. There's nothing that's not Zen. Like, it's only not Zen if you don't have awareness that you're participating in it. Like if you're not aware, if you're not immersed in that this moment of whatever it is. In this moment, I could be telling somebody to go fuck themselves, and I'm involved in that moment completely. And there's a purpose to it. It doesn't even need to be a purpose. That's the point. I could just be doing it because I like to. Or I could be saying, "Hey, hope you have a beautiful day." It's much the same to me. I don't distinguish the difference. Of course, I know what is good and bad. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, I certainly know. I don't think I'd stand for watching somebody punt a kitten down the hallway. I'd probably react in a certain way to that. I probably would react. I probably wouldn't be able to act so well. That might heat me up a little bit, But all in all, like I'm as liberally conservative and conservatively liberal as a centrist could ever be. You know what I mean? I'm as orderly as an anarchist. That's about the size of it. I'm as anarchist as an orderly. And that's the way to teach, and that's the way to be. And, people that never studied the arts, they want to know about them, but they're like, well, that's not how I want to learn it. And obviously, you don't want to learn. You don't know. If you knew how to learn it, you would have just done it. But you don't know how to learn because you've been taught in a way to not participate in all of reality. And what it is in learning is it's multidimensional. You learn in every aspect of what's going on. You could learn through any number of things could give you a lesson, it could give you a soil, a foundation, it could give you like, oh shit, that's the way it is. Sometimes it's given as a gift. Sometimes, like Mother Nature, she's a bitch of a teacher, ain't she? Because she gives you the test first, then the lesson later. That's how it works. Some teachers don't do that. Some teachers of any path don't do that because they don't want it. They don't want to see people like there's certain people that they've been done fucked up their whole life. You don't do that to them. You help them. And people that think they know some shit, you slap them down to fucking size. People that mouthing off about some dumb shit that they think they know what's going on. No. You don't know shit. That's why you're trying to. That's why you came to me, because you don't know. So don't tell me you know, because we'll end that quickly. But the person that's struggling and doesn't understand, you don't give them riddles and shit. Here, this way. Here's a gift. Come. Person that thinks they're gonna lead the class. No. Go back there. In fact, get the fuck up there. See, it's you have to know. You confuse the ones that think they know, and the ones that are confused, you help them know. It's a very simple art, but the complexities of it is wherein lies the master craftsman of language and of teaching. So I don't teach anybody; they teach themselves. I just go, yeah. What about this? Do you like that? Yeah. Does that suffice? Anyways, so a good hour of shit. Gary Baxter. Yeah, The Chosen. I'm using junior or college leagues aren't fixed. College at D1 levels. I've never asked who the people that I know that have played D1 or in D League or G League. I've never asked them because I wouldn't burden them with, that having to like going, am I allowed to tell you? I wouldn't burden them with that. I'll just go with my assessment. Make an assessment. Yeah. What's up, Junie? Oh, that's funny. No. That's so funny because the last show, I literally, I just downloaded 2 days ago those other rooms. You know, the breakout rooms. I just figured out how to do that. Somebody just showed me 2 days ago. So I'm working with those. So I was using, at first I was putting them into the other rooms, and then they were like using the rooms, and then that's a funny thing they can do from that room. They can say, hey, I need help, and they hit a button. And then they kept like fucking annoying me. And I was like, man, I got to put them. So I was like, I'll give them a chance. And I put them back in the waiting room. And it's just big fucking annoying. Then I kick them out the room. What do? They start to see, now I have to probably go, hey, email fucking Zoom and be like, hey, listen, I want to be able to let people in the room, but there's people that are using an email and they just keep changing their name. Can you find out whoever that email is and just fucking block them completely from ever even using this service again? Because they're piles of shit. And especially coming to my room, at least, you know. And then you got like, I mean, and if somebody is so fucking like, just change the names. That's what they do. They're like, it's so funny. I'm so good at this. No, it's not cute. You're fucking, like, see what they are is pathetic. It's not funny. Like, I think they might be disturbed and have mental problems. They should probably go seek help. Like professional help. Like, I think they might even need to be on drugs prescribed to them by a doctor. And I would never tell anybody that, but I think they might need that because it's a waste of their time, my time, and it's not cute. But it happens, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to, what do you say to somebody? I think they might have like a mental disorder, like major. What up, Gary? Yeah, college at D1 level definitely is. At least maybe not the entire season, because they just like look like there's a reason that you have blue chips. Go watch the movie Blue Chips. There's a reason there's blue chip colleges, right? They've already been kind of bred in a way through their upbringing. Like they're already in the club. Their parents were, this is the practices. This is where you're gonna take them for. They're gonna be in the AC. What is the AC? With the basketball for like high school, the best of the best. So they're training them to be the best at something, and then they'll pick. They'll be like, oh shit, whose name fits into the geometry of codes that will work out that we have. Okay, all of them will. They'll be able to code it, and then who's going to fit into the system? Because they're still going to have a choice, but they don't know. They don't. Of course they want to become professionals at basketball, so they will be. But I don't know. Again, throughout the season, are these games completely rigged by every player? No, I think it's just the key players. I think some of them actually, like especially on the lower level teams. I mean, they're gonna get the blue chip colleges, the Blue Devils, the Duke, and North Carolina, and Cincinnati, and whatever. Like they're gonna have the better players. They're gonna win every time during the season, anyways. They're gonna win, and all they need to do is there's a couple key plays and key players. You got to cover the spread. Hey, run this play. Make sure give him the ball, and he's gonna do whatever the fuck he does, right? But then as it gets into playoff time, when more people are watching, the amount of gambling that happens during March Madness, you think those things aren't rigged? No, it's not rigged as tightly as the NBA might be, but there's a lot of money there, so they're definitely making sure something happens. Do you think Chris Webber accidentally called that timeout? You think he was just overwhelmed and he called the timeout in the corner? Remember that back in the? No, he wouldn't make that mistake. You think J.R. Smith literally could have got a basket and runs all the way over there? And he's going, oh, no, that's part of the game. He's told to it. J.R. is just like a bunch of other players, the clown prince of the NBA. Like these clowns, they act a fool, and that's their job. They just playing around. Everybody, J.R. Smith, 6th man of the year, came out of high school, out of prep school. That dude could have been like running for MVP every year. He's that good. But they're like, he has too much fun. He's like, all right, Cool. Keep your fun. Well, then okay. He's like, good. I want to be a second tier, whatever. Okay, cool. We'll just fit you in there. I said, fine, fuck it. The Henny God, man. The Henny God. Smoking that dank, getting drunk, playing some basketball, being funny, whatever. He got a championship, don't he? He got to play with LeBron. Are you serious? This dude out here playing with LeBron. You think that's just, yeah, it's so funny. Like, okay, at that level, but yeah, the lower levels, it's definitely at least March Madness. There's too much money in it, not to be scripted to a degree. Musicians, yeah, the 432. That's funny. I was just talking to somebody. It wasn't you. Somebody else was asking me about 432, 440, 528, and 417. Tune. What do you musicians? What is your major instrument? You play a guitar first, or you don't play? You play the piano, but you play the guitar, right? Anyways, tune it up to 417. See what you get. 417 is a good one. 417 is 3. 528 is 6, and then the 432 is the 9. So try those 3. See what those feel like, you know. I mean, I know everybody shifts it from 440 to 432. Obviously, you go from 8 to 9. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you just add 4 and 4, you get 8. Why does that matter? Don't ask me that shit. We in PhD level shit right now. So the keys to unlocking the universe is 3. It's 369. And that has to do with the triune, the tribal. Yeah. 417 though. I never really heard anybody tune to 417. I've heard a couple people tune to 528. Everybody tunes to 432. 417 might be interesting. Does anybody want to come over to the Zoom thing? I could set up a Zoom room. Hopefully people will respect. See, you know what? Junie came here and sent me an email talking about like put people in these breakout rooms. They're annoying. Kick them out, whatever. But they come back. They think maybe they're interrupting me. No, they're interrupting all of you. They're being disrespectful, not to me. I could deal with assholes like that all day. I do. It's funny to me, but like it's getting in the way of everyone else participating in something that I'm doing, that I'm trying to teach and trying to help and trying to interact. And they just come in like, "Ooh, wasn't I invited to the party?" No, but you're invited to the party. Just don't be a fucking dickhead. And if you continue to be a dickhead, we kick you out. Well, I'll just change my clothes and come back. How about go to a different party? Because it's just mad disrespectful, not to me, to everybody else. So, that was kind of the thing. It's kind of the motivation. Like, don't just being a dick to these people. Hey, if I interrupt his time, I can interrupt everybody's time. I'm going to be a professional interrupter. Aha. Man, must feel really good about yourself. Man. Fucking funny people, yeah. Let's see, and we'll be able to do some other things. I think 1 hour of me ranting and raving about all sorts of things, and I think has sufficed. Now we can go into the zoomy zooms. Zoom, bitch. I will set up a new meeting, and you guys can join. Would you like that? Would anybody like that? Let me schedule a meeting. I'll call it the Zoomy Room. The Zoomy Roomy. The Zoomy. Oh, room. Oh shit. Let's do that. Let's call it the Zoomy. See, you gotta be fun with this shit. You know who Rumi is? Rumi the poet, Rumi? No? Maybe I'll read some Rumi for you guys. Zoomy. Zen Zoomy Rumi. That's funny. I like alliterating things, and I also like things that rhyme. Man. Let's see. 1 p.m. Let's make it for a little earlier. We'll set it for that, and we'll set it for I will. Okay, I will even turn that off. expense. See if I can set up any advanced options where. Yeah, what I think I'm going to do here in the future is I'm going to be connecting with you all on a some more intimate individual level. So when I open these rooms up, once I have you become entrusted, I will give you a passcode to these rooms. And so when I do this and I tell you a room, the room number changes every fucking day. So everybody's like tries to go to, I'm like, I get a notification. So-and-so tried to enter chat room, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's not even open. I don't even have that room. That was yesterday. I don't know if people won't get about that. But, and then what I'll do is, so that I'll give everybody the room, but you can't get in unless you have a passkey. And I will email people the passkey. So that way I'll find out as soon as I find, hey, look at now there's an asshole in the room. I know who I gave the passkey to. It's pretty simple. Then I will let my dogs loose.
Listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart, makes me be a part of you. Ooh, listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart, makes me be a part of you.